Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Jimmy, and today I have another special banger for you, right? Today I'm gonna give you my pitch on why NBA 2K should start going to free to play. But before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, as like up the video puts the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put you a notification for my daily uploads. Okay, so yes, you heard that correctly. NBA 2K should look to go to a free to play format, or like a lot of people say, F2P, free to play format, right? And the reason being, I was doing a little bit of research, just trying to figure out like what are the reasons why some of these other games are just top games, are just like absolutely just crushing it, right? Year after year after year. Then I came across this article, and it said older video games like Fortnite, GTA 5 were the most played games in 2023. 60% of playing time was spent playing titles that were released at least 6 years ago. Okay, you're talking about games that have been out for 6 years, but for some way, shape, or form are able to maintain an absolute massive player base. And my question was like, well, dang. First of all, my question was, what were the games that were doing that, right? So I scrolled down and it said the top 10 games played nearly all consoles, right? PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC are titles that were released a while back. Fortnite was ranked the most played game on all platforms, while the likes of GTA, Counter-Strike 2, Roblox, Minecraft, Rocket League, Apex Legends, Fall Guys, Valorant, and Call of Duty followed. On Xbox and PlayStation consoles, Starfield was the only single-player game in the top 10. Okay, so as you can see, the top games that you see up here are all free-to-play games. When I say free-to-play, basically what that means is you can get on the game and you don't have to spend $1 and you can play, right? All of these games has purchases and microtransactions, but the entry to play the game does not require anything other than just purchasing the game itself. You can get on Apex Legends right now. You can download Apex Legends for the first time ever in your life, and you can get on the game after paying nothing. Apex is free. Apex doesn't cost $1 to play. Like, you can literally, if you never played Apex, you can go on there right now on on Xbox or wherever you at, download the game for free and play the game for free. Fortnite, which is the most played game in the world, or most played games on platforms, I'm assuming just on the Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, you can get on that, don't pay $1 to buy the game, and you don't even have to pay $1 to play the game. So the entry to playing the game is free. Okay, so to me, that is something that is huge. It's telling, right? Because NBA 2K, not only do you have to pay $60, $70, $80, depending on what the package you have to play, right? But we all know when it comes to just coming into the game as a 60 overall, you have to put something in it again in order to play. It's not a free-to-play game, because even if you buy the game, which costs money, you still have to turn around and spend more money, right, to be able to be competitive. And these games right here, you don't have to do that. You can be competitive off rip on Apex Legends. You can be competitive off rip on Call of Duty, right? It's just sometimes some of these games require what I like to call sweat equity, right? If you want to build your guns up in Call of Duty, okay, you can go ahead and do it for free. Just get a certain amount of kills. You can do it on single player mode. You can do it on multiplayer mode, just depending on how you do that. But it doesn't take a lot of time to be able to do these things, right? There's a method to the madness. So then the question becomes, and again, I don't want to be long-winded here, is that how could NBA 2K become very effective at free-to-play and being able to have free-to-play competitively, and then just add sweat equity to be able to be competitive, but still be able to add microtransactions to where those microtransactions make sense and it helps with the journey to whatever part of the game that you're trying to compete in, my team or even play now or in the park or that type of deal. That is the big question. And guess what? I have a solution. All right. So So this is what I suggest, okay? Now, again, this is just my humble opinion. I have no backing in 2K when it comes to this. I'm just an old head sitting here just speaking my opinion, and that's all it is. It's just my opinion, and everybody knows opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one, and again, I have an opinion, okay? So the first thing that I believe, all right, that 2K should do is allow the My Player Builder to have templates to where every single build is absolutely free. So an individual can come on the game and start off at whatever level 2K decides desire to be. If it's an 85, if it's a 99 overall, which I believe it should be a 99 overall. So say for instance, like the 2K League, it really has a good foundation. The 2K League, every single player has to pick from a pool of pre-template builds, okay? Now, I know some people in the community are gonna be like, oh man, but I want my player to be this, I want my player to be that, like, you know, LeBron James, Scottie Pippen, you know, Steph Curry, whatever. Hey, just hold your horses. Let me get to that, all right? So, let there be, for instance, at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center, let there be 15 to 20 template builds, right? Just like how in Fortnite and all these other games, when you get on the game, you have all these players that you can select. It doesn't matter about their ability and that type of deal. It's just skins. And the same thing, what really, for me, players in 2K will be like weapons in other games, okay? So yes, there will be metas, right? Somebody will find the template point guard build, just like right now the CAR 98 in Call of Duty is absolutely broken and overpowered, right? Somebody will find the CAR 90, and it's all right. And I'm gonna get to the reason why that's okay, all right? Allow there to be 10 to 15 template players, 20 players, I don't know, templates, right? To where you get on a game, every single time you get on, you just pick, hey, you and your homies are talking about like, bro, I'm gonna get the center, what you need, inside, outside, this, that, slasher, and then you pick it. Your homeboy, we need a lockdown, cool. You look through all the different types of builds, which one got the best lockdown, boom, you pick that one, and your guy picks a guard, whatever, right? That's free. So now all of a sudden, you get on the game, you're able to play with your homies for free, right? It is perfect, in my opinion. It's perfect, right? Now, I was looking at this article, and they said that free-to-play games, they include a lot of things about supply and demand, and this is what really pushes the whole agenda, right? One of the peers, and we're gonna go through them all, and I'm gonna show you right now. The first peer says items, rewards, and currencies that are highly desirable, okay? So, basically, what we could do with NBA 2K, we got all of our free players, right? Now we include items. This is how 2K can make their money, right? Items, rewards, and currencies. Well, they already got the currency part, right? They have the VC, right? The visual currency already. But items and rewards. Now, see, this is where things can get very, very good for 2K, because the items and the rewards that they select will be twofold. The items will be for the casual player rewards, and the items will also be for the competitive players. 2K kind of, you know, dabbles with that a little bit with the arm sleeves and this type of deal. But remember, everybody has template builds and that type of sort, right? So yes, adding arm sleeves now could be very critical, but the arm sleeves obviously have to have more value. The arm sleeves would then cost a certain amount of VC to be able to get. So this is how 2K can still make their money, right? So an arm sleeve can be, you know, 100,000 VC to be able to get a +2, +3, 3-ball shooting or whatever like that. Right? You know, you have those type of deals, okay? Same thing for like takeovers, okay? Takeovers, you have to spend a certain amount of that. Remember, we're doing free-to-play entry, but remember, it's still gonna be play to win, right? Like, you know, we're not gonna be able to get away 100% from that. So, you know, 2K wants to still make that money. So we'll still allow them to get that, but allow everything else we currently have in the game that will cost money. But little Timmy, if he just wants to get on the game and play, he can still play with whatever he doesn't have any money with that, but you can make the decision on whether or not that's the money you want to spend, okay? So items, rewards, all that we currently have, make that be a la carte payout, and you can be able to buy your arm sleeves for it to become more competitive and that type of deal, okay? The next one says participation in rare experiences. Rare experiences for us in 2K would be events, okay? Being able to go to these different types of events. Now, 2K does events. A lot of them are, what I can say, put you in situations to where if you want to get the top rewards, it is going to basically there's cheaters, right? I don't know any way to say it, right? There's cheaters. So how do you circumvent that, right? If you know people are going to be cheating, then it should just be, you play the event. Individuals that, like, say for instance are the top 10, maybe they get recognized with an emblem as a top 10, but it's not going to be anything to where the rest of the community cannot get the pay to play or the rewards that are really going to be desirable, because those rewards should be for everybody. So for instance, you have to hit a certain amount of points and you get all the rewards and everything like that, right? If it's like, I know some of the games right now, I think it's like 300,000 points in these current events, and then you'll be able to get like the jersey and all that type stuff, right? So make that to where everybody can get those. And then the top 10, the only benefit they get from being in the top 10 is just maybe like an emblem or something, right? Because we have to circumvent the cheaters. So if cheaters are just really fighting just to get the top 10 reward item, that's great. I think less people will be mad, but right now the reason why everybody's so mad about the cheaters currently in events is because they get unlimited boost, where we know that those people at the top 10 cheated, right? And now they have a massive benefit. Well, if you take that away and make it just a cosmetic, and then the community as a whole can still be able to benefit from the whatever reward that 2K thinks of. A limited boost is not going to be one, but maybe it's something where now the value of having, a plus 50 boost, because remember now boost costs money, right, to be able to continue to purchase, because remember every single build is free now, then of course that will be a good reward in my opinion. All right, the third thing, it says remote learning locations and or deep progress into the storyline. Now this is huge, because I know this is where the community split down the middle, and I really am not the guy smart enough, but maybe you in the comment section can tell me. The storyline for 2K has been more watered down because a lot of people have been skipping the storylines. We just want to get out there and play, right? 2K needs to find a way. If you look at Call of Duty, you look at Apex, and you look at these other games, every single season, Fortnite definitely, every single season in the beginning, you get this long, massive scissor reel, this movie type build up of the storyline for this upcoming season, okay? 2K has more themes. I want to call it a storyline. It's more of a theme, like, a theme for season 7, a theme for season 6. But if you make it into a storyline to where people are emotionally connected to that, right, and find a way to tie that in, because this is how you can keep retention, right? Tie that in for that season, then you can be able to add more things within that. When I say more things, we're talking about clothing, we're talking about more attribute boost or new character skins. When I say character skins, maybe, if the theme is Kobe Bryant, or, maybe the theme's like, I don't know, man. Like, there's smarter people in here that can come up with a theme, the Lakers theme. And so for that whole season with the Lakers, you're able to get like unique rewards and perks by, playing to be able to get like the Lakers jerseys or Kobe Bryant skin, or you're able to get like the Kobe Bryant arm sleeve, or just different things of that sort. That way you can build a nice storyline to people who are really involved and want to be able to get these items that are only available just for that season, just how it is, kind of like, and again, like with Fortnite, I keep going back to Fortnite because they have hit this on the head ridiculously well. Okay, the next here says being recognized as a top player. Now this right here is where a lot of issues are, because this year theoretically you can argue that NBA 2K is recognizing top players by the top 10, but let's just keep it a stack. By only having 10 people in the whole entire world being recognized as a top player when you have millions of users, to me is just an astronomical small piece, I guess I can say, right? You want to have top players be recognized. So for instance, it has to be a point system. Like I said, veteran 3 should have been the top players. Reason why I say that is because if you play rank mode and all these other games, okay, again, I can go back to Apex. You play rank, you're a predators. All you have to do is just hit a certain amount of points within that, and you become a predator. It's not like there's a cutoff. If you want to be a pred, you can be a pred, all right? Or it's just a tier system to where it's attainable to have, and it's not just a handful of people, okay? Because again, top players like myself, the reason why I didn't even play the game as much as I have for 24 was because when I realized only 10 people could hit legend, quote unquote, by being top 10, I knew I wasn't gonna be playing on the game that long to be able to maintain just top 10. So you lost that retention of me and a lot of other players that put a lot of hours in this game because they try to hit legend every year, right? You lost that because I knew I wasn't going to be a top 10 player. So because I'm not going to play that game that many hours. And then on top of that, when you hit top 10, you have to keep on playing to maintain your top 10 position. That ain't going to work. Okay. So again, that's why I believe you got to be able to have the top 10, the legend rep come back to where anybody and everybody can hit legend by just hitting veteran 3 like it was this year, or like it was in previous 2Ks. I feel like 2K20 was awesome. I played the hell out of that because I wanted to hit legend. Anybody can hit legend. You had to hit the amount of points that was needed to hit legend. That's what they need to go back to. And then of course you see right here, it says memberships in good teams, social groups, and builds. Now, this right here is what I will call the, what's the best way I can say this? Because I don't want to say like a lot of people, right now we currently have affiliations. And affiliations right now, there's not really much. I mean, they dabbling in it, right? They dabbling in it. But what if you had like a lot of memberships or affiliations that you can be a part of just by the way that you play? You earn that. You earn that by being a quote unquote strap god. You can be a strap god by having a certain amount of steals, and now you have an emblem and you're part of that affiliation. You are able to get like very special animations, very special emblem, icon, whatever, right? But you can also, it's almost like in the military, you can get different type of badges as you play, because based upon your play style you get that, and that allows you to become part of that elite thing. So for instance, if I want to be really known as a really good lockdown, then 2K can add all these different special badges and recognitions that you can get. Not just an affiliation to where you just automatically get on play, but you grind for those by getting a certain amount of steals, certain amount of blocks, hit a certain amount of 3-pointers, just all these different things. So then when you're playing with somebody, you be like, dang, like home dude got this badge, this emblem, like this dude really can play defense. Or it's like, yo, he's an all-around demigod. This man got, this for like amount of contact dunks or whatever it is. And then now you become part of the membership. This is elite memberships that you have to earn throughout the game. Sweat equity that you're able to get by just playing. And to me, that is what I will consider a better affiliation, and not just throwing you in one. That is a type of bat memberships, social groups, or whatever you want to call it, that if that was in 2K, I guarantee you a lot of people are going to group together and be like, yo, we want to be these people. Or you can see yourself like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, shoot, man, I'm over here trying to get, this. I'm trying to get these steals. I'm trying to get, these teardrops. I'm trying to get this. I really want whatever. And then maybe after you hit a certain amount of them, you get a very, very, very cool reward. You're already part of this group, this team of individuals within the community. And then, maybe 2K gives you something that's really dope that you'll be able to get all in all, like, I don't know, a special skin. Because remember, everybody has that. So maybe you're able to get like, Kobe Bryant skin or whatever, something, right? I'm just throwing ideas out here, okay? Then the last thing says customizing your presentation to other players in a special way. And I think that this is very important. That kind of falls in with the things I've just been talking about, right? Customizing your presentation. The way that your presentation is from season to season, from week to week, from month to month, it needs to continue. If you want to have the retention and you want to keep your competitive players in your community active, you need to continue to have different things. You can't just throw events and think that that's something that's going to be exciting about for everybody, because unless, those events go to, like I said, where, the top 10%, which we know are going to be cheaters, they just get like an emblem or something, but everybody can play the game and know that all I got to do is hit 500,000 points. Just got to put in the time, win a certain amount of games, and I'm able to get the awards that people value the most. And then those individuals at the top 10, until you find a way to stop them from cheating, then, they just get like a nice little badge. Like, remember back in 2K19 when you won like Top Dog, you got like the little Top Dog emblem that you could put on your banner, right? That type of deal. Something like that, to where it's not going to deter people. Be like, yo, I'm not about to play this because I know I'm not going to win. Well, guess what? Now you are able to win. All you have to do is just put in your sweat equity and you'll be able to do that. Now, again, I know this has been long-winded. I have way much more. I will do a part 2 to this, but I really want y'all to, in the comment section, let me know what y'all think about what I've been stating. I know some of y'all gonna have some really strong opinions about it. I didn't go in depth in certain things. I didn't want this to be too long. If you do want me to go in depth with something, let me know and I'll do a quick video just on that topic. If you're like, yo, Unc, I need you to elaborate more on these these basic template builds that everybody's gonna have. Now, and the reason being, right, that I know I'm bouncing around, but the reason being I feel like these template builds would be really great is because they can do nerfs and they can do updates. So I want you to understand that. Right now, the reason why you can't nerf the Trae Young escape, the reason why you can't nerf these jump shots, because they are all hidden behind a certain attribute that you have to have. Now, if you have template builds that are free to play and no one paid any money on these builds, then if 2K, just like right now in Call of Duty with the Car 98, they're able to make nerfs and buffs and no one is really complaining outside of like, I spent money on this. No, they might complain because their favorite gun is no longer being used, but in 2K, you make the if it's free to play, then you make the nerf to, you know, Trae Young or the Jamal Murray behind the back. Guess what? The community's not gonna be in an uproar, right? Other than the fact of the uproar of just like, yo, you just killed my favorite animation. But it's not gonna be like, yo, I just spent all this money, you know, $200 to make this build, and you just killed Jamal Murray. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why I feel like you need to have template builds. But let me know in the comment section what you think. Other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.